Hello, little fox. Hello, welcome back to Alternative Smallholding. I'm Jazz and it is Friday the 4th of January and it is -2 degrees. Or if you're elsewhere, that's what, 28 Fahrenheit? It's lovely, it's fresh. And today we're going to do an allotment plot tour. So this is something that we wanted to start doing last year, but because we changed sites twice, it didn't seem really feasible. So seeing as it's January now, it seemed a good time to start this new little series. So each month we're going to do a plot tour and have a playlist for it. And then what we can do, we can and you can go back and see month by month how the plot's progressed and little things that we've done. So I will literally take you around each part of the plot, say what we've done to get there and show you what's growing. So let's go and have a look. First up is the compost bays. When we got this plot in October, late October, the previous tenant had these filled with wild rotting manure for a good couple of years. So that's done us well for putting on the bed so far. Alongside that, we've started our own bay. We need to get this turned. This is a mixture of some of our chicken bedding and some plants and things like that, but turning this is something we need to get on with ASAP, and then we're going to cover it. I think we'll do that this weekend. These are the bed edges that we took out last week. This area we've not really done anything with so far. We've been storing a lot down this area and doing a lot of work going back and forth, so what we need to do is get this covered. So underneath there, the compost bays will go to probably the end of where that wooden box is. And then we'll have some flowers on the end. And then here will be one bed. And then that will be another, which will go all the way up to the pathway here. Now this, because we didn't have a lot of cardboard to put down with doing no dig, what we decided to do was use these big sheets of black plastic for now. This isn't going to be permanent, but we thought it's better than nothing to try and get the ground covered. So as you can see here, this is where the path is, and we're going to have the bean arch going through here. This bed is where we covered with cardboard and then realised that we hadn't raked out everything that was underneath, so it's still undulating from previous paths. So we've just left it. That's another job that needs to be done and added to the list. These herbs will be moved into a permanent herb bed, which is up where the fruit bushes are. There's enough space for them up there, but we're not going to move those for a little while yet. This is pretty much the same as this. We covered it and realised that we hadn't scraped anything out, so that's a job to be done again. And we've got onions growing. I absolutely adore alliums, and the task for this year is to beat the allium fly and actually get a good crop of onions. And these ones are doing well. I'm pleased with how they're going. These heaps that I made seem to be keeping the fox off too, which is a good bonus. This is the apple tree that we transplanted. Seems to be doing fine. No problems with that. And these two apple trees here need pruning. I need to do some more research on how to do that so I don't kill them, really. Going past those trees, we've got the currant bushes down this end. Whilst I'm here, I just wanted to give you a heads up about a series that we're filming soon. Over the next week or two, I'm going to start filming a series about how to start an allotment, but not just how to start an allotment generally, but in winter. I've seen online a lot of people are getting new plots now, and it seems a bit daunting because obviously you can't see what plants you've got and the ground's frozen and everything of that kind. So I have done a lot of research, I've drawn from my own knowledge, and I've also asked a lot of people in the allotment community, and I've got pages and pages of tips for you. So I'm going to start a new series, how to start an allotment in winter. So look out for that, that'll be coming soon. In here are the cabbages. We actually had some of these out on Wednesday because we did a little feast at home, and we had some of the baby ones out from the back that wasn't doing so well, and we cooked them up with some chard and some chickpeas, and oh gosh, it was lovely. I'll just leave them to it. They definitely seem to have picked up since I put the mulch around them as well. The purple sprouting broccoli is just getting on and doing its thing. What we'll do is we'll use the leaves as well and use them with the chickpea thing like we did on Wednesday. It was really, really nice. Let's cover those back up. I'm going to see the broad beans. Well, look. We've got baby beans. And they seem to be doing really nicely. So I'm pleased with those. They are throughout underneath all this fleece. There's still a couple that haven't fired, but that's okay. They've either got time or there'll be gaps. It's not the end of the world. That bit is just covered and waiting for next year, and is obviously Mr. Fox's little playground right now. This bit. What? What? Emergency! Let's go and investigate.
I just got a big piece of ice out of this.
Go on then, let's have a look. Go on. Oh wow. That is beautiful, isn't it?
Yep. I got the leaves away from it. This is what I do. I clear away the leaves. And then there's a bit here. Then I carefully do this.
Oh, that's a good one as well.
Yep.
Well done.
Yep. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
It's -2 and she's playing outside. That to me is what this is all about. She's happy. She enjoys being outside. I'm not going to stop just because it's cold. Anyway, back to the tour. So this bed, it's a non-bed at the moment. This needs weeding. I'll take the perennials out and then I'll cover it. But this is where the herbs are going. So this will be a nice herb bed. And the sun aspect comes directly over the top of it, so it's not going to be shaded by anything. That end is summer raspberries. They've been pruned. We need to weed the couch grass through there. Down here we've got the one gooseberry bush that I'm going to give to my mum, and the blueberries that we need to dig in the ericaceous compost in there for those to be planted. This currant, which I'm pretty sure is a black currant, will stay where it is for now. These are the 2 currant bushes that we've already transplanted, and they are budding nicely, so they're obviously happy with where they are. And the roots we have brought over are intact, so that's good. Now this is my red gooseberry, and this branch here is the one that I layered. I want to see today if this has got some nice roots on. There's some good roots on there. That, I've got plans for that. I'm just going to put it back in for now. Make sure it's all snug. That's going to somebody special. And these are the raspberries that we transplanted. They seem to be doing fine as well. Nothing much to report for those. This is the bed that I did last week, so this is where the tomatoes are going next year. And it's had manure underneath it. It's all been levelled and then it's been manured. So that's put to sleep. And then we've got a rhubarb. It's a massive rhubarb plant. And I've put some of the well-rotted manure around it, but it's got lots of new growth coming up. I spoke to Erica about making some rhubarb wine. And that's something else I'm looking at doing with some of the excess fruit. Lots of wine next year. So that's going to be fun. Looking forward to home brewing. Yep. Right, this bed. This one's just covered. This is where the carrots are going to go next year. The garlic is doing grand. I'm very pleased with my garlic this year. Again, need to beat the allium moth, so this will be enviromeshed if I can afford to grab us some enviromesh. But they're doing well, I like that. This bed was where Foxy was playing. I covered the end with a bit of extra cardboard and then put this mesh over the top, and that seems to have deterred him. I need to get something to put on this end as well. That was a bed that somebody, I can't remember your name, sorry, you said to us, why don't we use one of these beds to dump all the leaves in? We did it. They've already decreased quite a lot. They're rotting down nicely in there. That looks great. So I'm just going to leave them. And then I'm going to plant into them. The shallots are firing now. We haven't got many. We've got some over here. And there's one coming up there. And here. And here. This one has been nibbled by something. There. But some is better than none. And they're going to be my pickles. Now the chard we've been eating and is really, really nice. I've never really eaten a lot of chard before, but I found with chard it is it's like a lot of things. Don't taste fantastic from the shops, and then you eat your homegrown, and it's just another world. They're so beautiful and so tender. And our spinach has been lovely too. Some of the leaves are a bit slugged, but you can pull some bits off or just eat the younger leaves that are fine. But I'm really enjoying this, and this is for next year. I'm going to grow a lot more chard. Really, really like it. It's a cool weather crop, so it keeps growing over winter. So in terms of filling the hungry gap and making sure we have crops to eat when the rest of the plot is asleep and our home growing space is asleep, this is important. And then there's this area. So again, we didn't have enough cardboard at the time to cover this, but we just wanted to make sure the beds were covered so that weeds would be suppressed. Remember that saying that I told you, that Mother Nature doesn't like naked ground, she will cover it herself. So if you leave ground naked, it's like leaving Mother Nature with no clothes on. And I love that. So I know a lot of people say plastic isn't ideal, and I get that and I do agree. But for now, remember what we said when we took this plot is there will be compromises. Obviously the polytunnel, we went through this the other day when I did my goals for the year. That includes all of this needing to be cleared. It's a mess and it's irritating me, but it's winter. It's winter, guys. I need to give myself a break. And the strawberry bed is doing okay. To be transferred in the spring. Greenhouse, the door came off. I'll say the door came off. I broke the door off. Where's your hat gone? On the cold frame, okay. Rue?
Yeah?
I was thinking, what do you think of this? Look. This here, we'll transfer this all into Rue's flower bed.
Yeah.
And you can grow anything you want in there.
Yes!
What flowers would you like to grow?
Marigold.
And?
Sunflower.
Sunflowers. Anything else?
No.
Do you want to grow anything to eat in there?
Yeah.
What?
Tomato, strawberry, and cucumber.
Okay, we can do that.
Yay! 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 Yay!
She's such a sweetheart. Being down here all the time with her is just, it makes me so happy. It really does. You know, she has her moments, but having things to play with really makes a difference. If you've got an allotment and you've got children, I think the most important thing for you to consider is giving them space of their own and plenty of things to play with. So if you've got a cold, miserable child who's got nothing to do,
I'm cold.
it's no fun. I'm cold, she says. Cold?
My fingers are really cold.
I've got some gloves in my bag. So this would be Rue's bed. She's going to have her flowers in here. She's just told you what she wants to grow. This here is protecting this teeny little rhubarb crown. We need to get some manure on here to mulch it and give it some extra nutrition. It looks a bit sickly. But what I'm thinking of doing is this. I'm thinking of, because it's quite a narrow crown, I'm thinking of putting this over the top and forcing it and seeing if we can get a couple of forced stems. That might be an idea. What are you doing?
Put the ice here.
Hello.
Put the ice here so it can cool down.
Is this the ice house?
Yes.
Fabulous.
Hey.
Cold frame needs to find a home. This is another pile of stuff that we need to organise underneath here. Is my glass cold frame and the lids for it are over there. So that needs a home too. The strawberry bed I've done nothing more with since I did that video. In fact, I've not even moved the pile of leaves that are over the back there. So yeah, that brings us to the top. So this is obviously our allotment growing space. We've got all of our space at home as well, but we want to do a tour of that. But at the moment, we are planning some structural work. There's stuff everywhere, and to be honest, the only thing I'm growing there, to quote Farm on Quail Hollow, is mud. I'm growing mud. Mud is growing very well at home. And that's partially thanks to the chickens, bad drainage, and no pathway. So we've got to put a path in and some other work. So when we got that sorted, I'll show you. This is my lemon balm. It does look like it's starting to get a bit frosted now. I'm going to harvest some of that and dry it. So I've got nice lemon balm tea over winter. So there you go. That was our January allotment tour. Not really much to show you, and not much that you haven't already seen in previous videos. But as I said, this is going to be part of a playlist that will show our progression month to month, and then we can look back and you can look back. And it'll be a collection of videos that we can refer to, and you can see how it's progressed over the year. So that'll be nice. So guys, tell me, have you been down your allotment in January this year? Or is it too cold? Or are you a put the allotment and growing space to bed until spring kind of person? Which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that. You like coming here? Are you being cheeky behind my back?
Yeah.
She's been cheeky behind my back. We do like coming down in winter though. It's good fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
And do you know what I love about coming down to the allotment in winter? When we get home and it's really warm and snuggly.
And they have hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa. She always says this. She always like, oh, we have hot cocoa when we get home. I think she's drank 1 cup of hot cocoa in her life.
What? No, two.
2?
Yeah.
Sorry. 2. 2 cups of hot cocoa. So yeah, do you get down the allotment in winter, or are you waiting now until spring? Let me know in the comments below, and I hope you've enjoyed this allotment tour for January. I've been Jazz at Alternative Smallholding, and we'll see you soon.
Please subscribe and like and hit that bell. Also, if you are new, welcome to our group. We actually do a lot of allotment videos. We have a plot that is amazing, and we work hard every day, mostly every day on it. Thank you for watching. This has been Alternative Smallholding.